Look at Wall Street. Millions of trades happen every single second, with algorithms shifting wealth across the globe in a fraction of a heartbeat. Up here, money is entirely weightless. It consists of nothing more than digits flashing on a screen. But if you step off the trading floor and look straight down through the pavement, the rules completely change. Hidden right beneath these crowded sidewalks lies more physical treasure than most nations will ever accumulate. Drop exactly 80 feet below street level, past the subway lines, the water mains, and the utility pipes, and you hit solid Manhattan bedrock. Resting inside that rock is a highly classified vault managed by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Right in the epicenter of the world's digital economy, hundreds of billions of dollars are permanently locked up in the heaviest, most analog asset on Earth. Curious, while the United States guards this room, the vast majority of the gold sitting inside doesn't actually belong to America. It belongs to foreign governments and international central banks. They choose to park their national reserves safely within U.S. territory because physically moving this much metal is a severe logistical liability. A single standard-issue gold bar is incredibly dense, weighing in at roughly 27 pounds. Try packing thousands of those bars onto a cargo ship to cross the Atlantic. One severe storm or one mechanical failure, and a massive chunk of a country's wealth could vanish into the dark of the ocean. The risks of transit are simply too high. So, rather than shipping their reserves back home, dozens of nations agreed to freeze their assets in this singular, hyper-secure basement. Guarding that much global wealth requires an environment where traditional break-ins are physically impossible. The solid bedrock surrounding the room acts as a natural defense that cannot be tunneled through. The only way in or out is through a 90-ton steel cylinder. Once it rotates into place, it seals the underground room off completely from the outside world. Inside, you don't find a single massive pile of gold. The floor plan is strictly divided into 122 separate metal cages, with each compartment assigned exclusively to a specific owning country. Accessing any of these cages requires rigid synchronization. Multiple staff members from completely different security and auditing teams must be present simultaneously to unlock a single door. No individual ever holds enough authority to touch a bar on their own. These extreme protocols serve a specific purpose. They keep thieves completely out, and they manufacture absolute trust, allowing bitter geopolitical rivals to feel totally secure storing their economies side by side. Because the security is so airtight, the deposited metal almost never leaves the building again. So, if Country A needs to settle a massive debt with Country B, they don't load up airplanes or cargo ships. The entire transaction happens without the gold ever seeing the sun. A team of workers simply loads the required number of bars onto a magnesium handcart, wheels them out of Country A's compartment, and pushes them down the hall into Country B's cage. It takes a few minutes of heavy lifting. The patents, complex economic treaties ultimately rely on a few guys in steel-toed boots pushing metal carts across a basement floor. In a fully digitized world where we can beam millions of dollars across the globe with a thumbprint, why do modern superpowers still bother hoarding a primitive yellow metal? It comes down to the inherent fragility of fiat money. Paper currencies only hold value because we trust the government issuing them. If a government falters or overprints its supply, the paper can quickly lose its purchasing power. Gold operates outside of that system. No politician can print 1 billion extra tons of it to bail themselves out of a massive national deficit. Its physical scarcity is exactly what guarantees its worth. We've seen paper systems routinely collapse. Bank runs have wiped out life savings, entire empires have dissolved, and hyperinflation has ruined modern economies. Through all of those crashes, gold retained its value. For a central bank, stocking up on this heavy metal isn't a strategy for high investment returns. It is an unhackable geopolitical failsafe designed to protect a nation when human-made systems break down. Which brings us right back up to the surface. To the delivery vans, the streetlights, and the thousands of commuters living out a normal Tuesday in New York City. The vast majority of people walking down Nassau Street have absolutely no idea that they are stepping directly over the greatest concentration of wealth ever gathered. Above ground, It is a chaotic skyline of glass and steel, driven by rapid algorithms and digital speculation. Below ground, thousands of tons of metal sit perfectly still in the dark. As our money becomes increasingly digital, do you think gold still controls the true global economy, or is its power finally fading? Tell us your thoughts in the comments. We may be rushing headfirst into a weightless virtual future, but for now, that future is firmly anchored to a very heavy past.